Hi everybody, and welcome to part one of the functional assessment. This is about getting in touch with your body, getting in touch with yourself, with your body, developing your kinesthetic sense of where your balance is, front to back, right to left, where your tension is. And of course, if you have pain, that's obvious. You're gonna feel that because your body wants you to know that you have it so that you can avoid it. So these tests are really about discovering where your imbalances are. And as I have said before, imbalances lead to pain and tension in some muscles and some joints more than others. So this is why it's important to discover them. And that's why today we're going to go through this quick assessment so that you can see exactly where your imbalances are. You can see exactly where there's overpressure and too much stress. And speaking of stress, imbalances are one component of pain or injury. The other part, of course, is emotional stress, which is in another assessment. We're going to do an emotional assessment later, but this is part one of the physical functional assessment, so here we go. Okay, first things first, what I want you to do is you're just going to get a comfortable stance. And you're going to take a breath, quiet your mind for a second, and then you're going to focus on your feet. And you're going to want to focus on where your weight distribution is. Does it feel like there's more weight in the right foot or the left foot? Take your time. There are no right or wrong answers here. You just want to get a sense of where it is. And this is important because what we're doing here is we're setting you up. You're setting yourself up for progress later. So we want to know where you start. You want to know where your body is when it starts. When you're starting these exercises, when you're starting this program, you want to measure your progress, and this is a great way to do it. Not only is progress a measure of less pain or better energy or better posture, that's all wonderful stuff, which is definitely progress, but also the connection to yourself and where you feel these imbalances and how they're going to shift and change over time. So as you close your eyes, as you're feeling your weight distribution right to left, again, notice where your weight distribution is. More right foot, more left foot. Notice where the pressure is in each foot. Is there more weight towards your toes or towards your heels? How about inside your feet or outside your feet? Again, no right or wrong answers. Just get a sense of it. And if it all feels the same, that's okay. Don't worry about that for now. Now shift your awareness right up to your ankles in terms of tension in your ankles, tension in your calf muscles. Shift it up to your knees, the front of your knees and the back of your knees. Move that awareness into your thigh muscles now. Notice if one thigh is grabbing on with more tension than the other. Now into your glutes and your hips. Does it feel like one hip is tighter or under more tension, or one glute under more tension? Now before we keep moving our way up, let me do a quick explanation. 99% of the time, the side that is overstressed and overworked and thus in pain is the side that you feel more tension in, the more weight. And if your weight distribution is more on one side, that's likely the place that hurts first. Unless you're getting away from an injury or away from pain, which is common. But more common is that if you have pain, say, in the right knee, and you're closing your eyes, and you're noticing, wait, my weight distribution is in my right side. Well, why would that be? Good question. And the answer is because one of the reasons you have knee pain on that side is because there's more weight on it. There's more pressure on it. There's more load, more demand, and more stress. And that over time is what creates this wear and tear. Okay, so let's continue. So now move your awareness into your lower back. Any tension from right to left? Any tension in your lower back? Now I want you to take a breath, deep breath. Inhale and exhale, and notice, and do it again. And as you're breathing this time, notice, does the breath go right into your chest or does it start at your diaphragm? What you may notice is that a lot of times when you take a breath, it went right into your chest first and your shoulders raised with it. And what that means is every time you take a breath, you shrug your shoulders. So your shoulders are getting a workout every time you breathe. breathing should happen from the bottom up, not the top down. So also, breathing within your chest is a sign that there's stress, there's emotional stress, there's tension. And we want to make sure that we get that out. So again, notice where your breath is. And now bring your awareness into your shoulders and into your upper traps. So right below your neck and the top of your shoulders. Notice any tension there. And then bring it on up into your neck, even into your jaw. Just pay attention to what you feel. And if, like I said, if you don't feel anything yet, that's okay. A lot of you will feel these imbalances and you will notice differences and shifts. Some of you may not. Again, no right or wrong here. Okay, now that you've got the tension and your weight distribution, now you're going to look at your body. I want you to look down at your feet. Do your feet point straight ahead? Or does one foot turn out to the side? Do you notice one foot in front of the other foot? Okay. Do you notice toes that look different from one side to the other? Do you have bunions on one side of your foot, but not the other side? Okay, these are all signs of difference in mechanics of the foot, the ankle, the knee, and the hip, and also a difference in the sign of tension from one side to the other. And we'll talk about bunions in another video, but bunions are a great sign, an immediate sign that there's a little imbalance. There's a little difference between the weight distribution and the function of one side. Very common and fixable. Okay, now that you've got the feet sorted out, look down at your hands. Does it look like one hand is sitting in front of your body compared to the other? How about the back of your hand? Do you see the back of your hand more than the other? Okay, this is a sign of shoulder imbalance and also upper body rotation. So if I have my upper body just twisted a little bit, notice all of a sudden my left shoulder goes in front of my right and my left hand is facing you. The back of the hand is facing more you than the other side. Okay, I don't even have to rotate my upper body. If one shoulder just falls forward and out of place, then that's automatically going to change the hand position, right? And you can tell this if you just squeeze your shoulder blades back and look down at your hands. This is essentially where your hands should be resting. We should only see the thumb and the forefinger of both hands, not the back of the hand. Okay? And when you get a chance, go into a mirror. Go in front of a mirror and take a look. Take a look at your shoulders. Are they level? Take a look at your hips. Do they look level? Notice, and you'll also notice if you carry your purse or your bag or your computer case on one shoulder all the time, you might notice maybe it slips off, or if you wear sports tops or things like that, you might notice that your bra or your sports top falls down off one shoulder differently than the other side. Or if you've been measured for clothing of any kind and you've been told, hey, one leg is longer or one hand is longer, these are all imbalances. Okay? Do you sit with one leg crossed over the other all the time? Again, signs of imbalance. Do you stand on one leg all the time compared to the other? Especially if you're a mom who's had kids, then you know that you prop one kid on a hip and that becomes habit. And that's okay, that's totally normal, but your body's designed to be symmetrical. It's designed to be balanced right to left, front to back. Now, it doesn't have to be perfectly balanced at all. It just has to be balanced and even enough to keep you out of pain, to keep you from injuring, from wear and tear, excessive and early wear and tear, and for generally keeping you healthy and strong and balanced. So that's the assessment for today. Next is part 2, which we're going to talk about functional assessments. So motion of the joints, position of your upper back and head and things like that, and function of your knees and hips. So next is the functional test, so stay tuned for that.